Hello there guys, in today's video you're going to see two builds actually, but they are both health stacking builds. One uses the Rough Rider, the other uses the Evolution. First up you will see the Rough Rider, like the which is what I've got on right now. This isn't the best roll you can get, but it's pretty down close. But anyway, both builds use the Legendary Point Man and the Blood of the Seraphs. I could have used the Blood of the Ancients, but instead of the extra max health, I wanted a bit more regen per second to help with this. Of course, because the Rough Rider does have 0 shield capacity, it means shield skills are absolutely useless on this. I'm just going to quickly go over these skill trees. Sentry and Ready, I always max these two out. Because I'm using the Rough Rider, means I'm obviously not going to be spec'd into this. So those 5 points that I would usually put in there are in Crisis Management, because 0 shield capacity means it's constantly depleted. So I get that extra gun damage, which I did want because I'm not using the Legendary Soldier com. But other than that, I've got maxed out Able, and with the Legendary Soldier com, not Soldier, Legendary Pointman com, it's 10 out of 5, which means it's 4% per second on the health regen. Onslaught, obviously, kill skills are a no-brainer. Slag Turret, because I always spec into this. I always max these two out. Got this maxed out as well. Obviously I always spec into these two. This one I usually only ever put 3 points into. And this one I usually do max this one out and put 1 point in nuke. But those 3 missing points I put into this tree to max out Grit and get Gemini. So I've got 2 slag turrets instead of 1 nuke turret. I've never done a double turret setup before, but it was fun, and it was actually, I think it was actually better than the 1 nuke turret. Though for my normal build, I'm still going to stick to 1 nuke turret because it's just more fun. Obviously, no preparation or a quick charge, maxed out healthy, and with the com, I guess doubled to 60%. You can see pressure does boost the shield recharge delay. However, since the com boosts it, I'll put 1 point into it to take advantage of it because I'm still getting that reload speed anyway, so it's pretty nice. Last ditch effort, obviously good because you get gun damage and extra movement speed when you're in fight for your life. Really good skill this because that extra movement speed means you can get to enemies closer, and combine that with a singularity as well, you can get to them a lot closer. For Burns, not really bothered about the max health, but the stat spec duration, really nice. I could have maxed that out, but instead I put that other point into Phalanx Shield like I usually do for any build. For the extra turret durability. Resourceful means I can just, well, obviously means turret cooldown is a bit less. That means it was about 25% is about 10.5 seconds for this. Which doesn't sound like much, but in the long run, that 10.5 seconds could mean a lot. Obviously I maxed out Grit, and with the com boost it to 40% from 20%, and got Gemini for 2 slag turrets. Bar was off for both of these builds. I used pretty much the same gear, Hornet, Florentine, Slagger. I didn't use the Ahab, but I just had it equipped there so I wouldn't accidentally pick up something else. But anyway guys, let's get into it. As you see, my bar was off, like I just showed. And look at this. Like, it might be just because the Hornet's that good, or it might be because of crisis management. the damage is good. Yeah, I don't like pole loaders. I try not to get hit by them. I hate pole loaders here, but look, if I was playing, I should have, honestly, with this whole second build, I should have been playing a bit more aggressively, I think, just to show that it could definitely take a hit. But you can see I think I got shot by one of the loaders and I took barely any damage. Yeah, here I was actually just waiting for my turret to cool down. I was kind of thinking about putting on the legendary soldier cam at some point. I checked that. I checked the crisis management skill there because I just felt I was I had extra movement speed for some reason. But yeah, having two turrets out is definitely more useful because it means they're slagging different enemies. It means it could be slagging different enemies, which means I can just shred through rooms a lot quicker. Oh, I wasn't using the air hub. I was using the live there. I would have been using the gub here, but I just wanted to get through as quickly as possible. Just letting the power loader get close to me so it stops doing... Oh no. I think, yeah, I went down here. But that doesn't matter, because I've got the Lyuda. That's exactly why I got the Lyuda. I would have used the Patriot, but it's just the mag size of the Patriot just isn't big enough for me. I don't really care about the accuracy of the Patriot though, because quite a lot of time I am using snipers as close range weapons because there are smaller maps. Like Washburn Refinery, for example, it's a bit cramped in a lot of the areas in this map. That was only one of 2 times I went down in this with the Rough Rider on. I believe it was only 2 times I went down. I was tempted to switch to the Lyuda, but I could see the Hornet was doing plenty of damage. Usually I'd open the gun chest, which is just next to where that badass loader spawns. But I'd script, want to get it through as quickly as possible. And I shot that barrel because sometimes I forget about it and end up getting killed by it. Especially when I have a nuke turret. Yeah, here I did a quick test to see if 2 turrets doubles the Battlefront bonus. I didn't really notice anything, so I don't think it actually does. A lot of people wouldn't recommend using the Rough Rider on Axton, but honestly, I would actually recommend it. Because if you're going for I'm going to say sort of a glass cannon sort of build, I would say yeah, use the Rough Rider. Because then you're still getting, because he's getting all that extra damage, which is really nice. But you are sacrificing shield capacity for a bit of extra health at the same time. So it could be seen as a glass cannon build, but you are still getting a bit of tankiness. Yeah, the reason I threw out a singularity there is because sometimes when the robots, the loaders, sometimes when they spawn in, they just don't actually jump out of their little sort of cubicles, whatever they're called. Yeah, but sometimes they just don't jump out and they just stay where they are, which is a bit annoying. I don't know why I waste ammo on XP loaders or the explorers. I don't know why I waste ammo on them because I can just let them get close to me and then jump back. This isn't the quickest I've went through Washburn Refinery. Quickest was actually just less than 14 minutes. I think this is about 18 minutes. This run with the Rough Rider here. But honestly, because of the Rough Rider being on, it means I'm getting that crisis management bonus. I honestly felt like I had the Legendary Soldier Comm on the entire time at the same time as Legendary Point Man. I don't know, maybe that was just me. But yeah, here I am. The only thing I did notice the, even though it's only, I think it's 27% fire rate on the Legendary Soldier Comm, I did notice the lack of it. Yeah, the reason I'm hiding here is because I hate bull loaders. The other reason is to have two turrets, you can have one behind the bull loader and one in front. Yeah, I was going for the arm that didn't have the shield on it, so I could so it let down the guard, and I can kill it easier. But yeah, this is a good build. Maybe my survivability, well, maybe I was just up a lot more because I was just using good gear like the Hornet, because I was killing enemies quick. Maybe that's why I didn't go down as much, or maybe it's just because of grit, or maybe it's just the tankiness of the build. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure with a perfect parted Rough Rider, you could actually get over 11 million without the Blood of the Ancients. Yeah, here we're just getting a bit of pistol ammo, because if you don't know, if you pick up, say you pick up a pistol, it'll give you that, if you pick up a weapon, it'll give you ammo type, it'll give you the ammo of that weapon type. I don't know how much it does with pistols. I did like the double turret setup for the explorers here, because I think they got confused because there's multiple targets then, because that means there's two turrets and me just being there. I think it confused them because they just stopped in place. It's a shame that didn't happen with alt loaders. Then again, it wouldn't really be much of a test of the build. Yeah, you can see I'm backing up because I know there's another loader behind the power loader. I think my turrets were shooting. Yeah, they must be shooting out loud as well. I do usually only use a single turret, but having 2 turrets out, let's say it's more useful than just having 1. And also just a little test, just to see how 2 turrets would go. Because I'm planning on a turret build at some point. So, and obviously for a turret build I was obviously going to use 2 turrets. For the best DPS. That exploded there, right next to my turret, and doesn't know what to do. Here, I didn't care about anything else but getting that bull loader down, because I absolutely hate these loaders. Not as much as jet loaders. No, jet loaders are the worst. Because they land for about 2 seconds and then just take off immediately. Which, if you have Torg weapons, then you kind of got like no chance of hitting them. But yeah, in this video I'm just once again proving that Axton is good at OP10. Of course, the max level being 80 does kind of ruin the build diversity a little bit, at least when it comes to the skill trees. Because if the max level was 83, every player would be able to unlock every capstone of every character. Which could be seen as a bad thing by some people. Honestly, I don't care. If I have to be honest, I just kind of don't care about the max level. I think I picked up that slag transfusion, though I know I sold it. Even though I'm going to need to get another one because I am planning on using that. I'm planning on doing some kind of like healing build where I'm going to have low health and low shield, and just prioritize healing for my survivability. We're getting towards the end of this build, and then we'll go on to the evolution build. I don't know why Kirby is so easy compared to the loaders. He just went down quicker. I don't know, maybe just one of those joke mini bosses like Hurley. Even though Hurley does have a boss bar, he is really easy. Even though I'm pretty sure I went down to him once, but I didn't actually die. I just went to fight for your life. honestly don't know why I had the Florentina quick tier, because I think I used it maybe once or twice in this entire run. Maybe it would have been better to use either of these builds in, well, both these builds in, I don't know, the beatdown, for example, because that's a famously tough map. That would have been like the ultimate test of survivability. Well, except for Veracidus, but I am not doing that ever. The reason I recalled my turrets there is just so they'd be on cooldown while when Hurley spawns, because they weren't in a spot where they'd be able to shoot him, to slag him up. I don't know if I went down to Hurley in this build. Well, either of these builds actually, or if it was in a different video, I can't remember. Yeah, as you can see, I'm staying back a little bit. And then I chuck out both my turrets, I think both of them, yeah. Look how quick his shield goes down now. Yeah, this is why Hurley isn't really much of a boss. He's just a bit too easy. But yeah, that's the end of the Rough Rider run. And before I show you the evolution run, I'm going to talk about the build for that. Just because it's actually got shield capacity, unlike the Rough Rider, so the build will be slightly different.
Say hello, sweetie.
Yeah, that turret throw failed. I thought it'd go through the fence, but it didn't. But anyway, see you in a minute. And now that you've seen the build with the Rough Rider, you're going to see the build with the evolution. See, I was at first hesitant to use the shield because I have no idea where I got this from, because I haven't been able to defeat Hyperius and OP10 yet. I'm fairly certain I did not get it from Guy. Plus, I don't even know if you can drop it. But I am fairly certain I did not get it from him. But I'm gonna show it anyway, because it does provide more max health, and that elemental resistance is nice. Goes hand in hand a little bit with forbearance. I'll get to the skill trees in a minute. Gear's the same. Actually, I don't think I switched off these 4 guns for either. I don't think I switched off these 4 guns for either of the builds actually. But yeah, same com, same relic, same grenade. Skills are obviously going to be a bit different. Instead of crisis management, I've obviously put those points into willing, and I would have got preparation, but I wanted those 5 points elsewhere, so that I could still get the other skills that I wanted. Plus, I didn't really feel I needed it a whole lot, because the only reason I would actually get this is for that health regen. But honestly, with quick charge and willing, the shields, they don't really need much more capacity. Plus, this shield does say it regenerates health while active. It said shield damage increases health regenerate. Should have read this before. Yeah, I just felt like I didn't really need that. Plus, for regen, I do also have able and grit, because it says regen half my half health instantly. Cooldown rate, obviously, because again, no legendary soldier com or engineer com. Only 1 point again in that, because I'm mainly only spec'ing to the skill for that reload speed, which I already have plenty of. Of these two skills here, I'd say this one is way more useful than this one. Unless you're going for a shield build, in which case I would then do the opposite of what I've done here. I never spec Maglock. But yeah, again, basically same as last time, except this time I've got the shield skills, except for preparation. So I've got Gemini again for 2 turrets, got the slag turrets as well, super useful. Got the sentry, so the turrets stay up longer. Longbow turret, which well, again for this build as well, I did not abuse. Well, I didn't even use it at all actually. The kill skills. I just don't like using them, like I already said before. But then again, that's just me. Yeah, as you can see, it's not as much health as the Rough Rider build, though the shield doesn't provide as much health. Though I was told by Mr. TXO1 in his Discord that they do provide, that the Evolution and the Rough Rider provide the same health when they have identical parts. Though at least with the Evolution I'm getting better health regen. And what I've lost in that about 800,000 health that I've lost, I make up for with that 3 million shield with its elemental resistance. I might do next week I'm thinking about doing a slightly different build. It will use the legendary appointment com as well actually. It'll be slightly different, because that elemental resistance kind of seems like it'd go nice with a skin of the Ancient's Relic. But anyway, that's for a different video. Let's get into this one. Right, now time for the evolution run. I think I'm doing about the same amount of damage as I was with the Rough Rider, or maybe that's just because I've got 2 turrets out. I can't remember if I went down at all with this build. Yeah, this year it's honestly the first time that has ever happened where enemies were targeting me then got distracted by my turrets. Because usually once they start targeting me, they just target me until I'm dead. I think I was playing a little more defensively with this build. Yeah, because I see that bull loader coming, I run. But I noticed on the minimap that there's another red dot coming from the other sort of entrance bit. And I see it there now. Because I see it's only just a normal gun loader, that's why I start shooting at it. but I think it walked out of the way for some reason. I don't know why it did that. Yeah, now my turret is back up. I hate bull loaders. For me, bull loaders are like the second worst. Of course, jet loaders being the worst of the worst. Yeah, I think it was just my two turrets being out while I was doing so much damage. Because now I'm doing a little less damage. They're level 91 enemies because they're at 11 levels higher than the player instead of just 10. Like that first enemy was. It means they get a bit of extra damage reduction. At least here I was only dealing with the explorers, so it wasn't really a threat. Unless they back you into a corner. But yeah, you about to see what it's like against badasses with this build. Of course, again, I'm using the Hornet over the Gub just for the sake of speed. Because the Gub isn't necessarily slow to kill enemies, it's just not as quick as the Hornet. Again, I'm pretty sure I shot that barrel so I wouldn't get killed by it. I don't know why I keep throwing two turrets out because I didn't always need both of them. I'd say two turrets are only only better when you're in a group of enemies, and when it's just a single enemy, or maybe two enemies. I'd say one turret is enough. But yeah, for a group, I would definitely say two turrets is better than one. Unless you've got a nuke turret, then you can just sort of chuck them around a little bit. Yeah, I'm convinced that having two turrets just confuses the explorers. Because usually when I just have one turret, they just keep running anywhere. But with two turrets, it's just like they get confused. They just get confused about it. Maybe they can't deal with multiple, or more than two enemies being present at once. Maybe I found a glitch in the game. That actually helps the player. And I see a bull order again, so I see two bull orders this time. Yeah, I'm going for that oil order first. Get that out of the way. Deal with the easy enemy to get the kill skills up. And my turrets are down. because of the bull loaders. Anyway, then I run away from them because I am not dealing with them without my turrets. The reason I hate bull loaders is because that shield that they have in their left hand, they keep extending it so it covers all their crit spots. Well, except for their legs. But I've tried to knock the legs off before and it never works. Yeah, as you can see, even though I threw out both my turrets, one of them was still targeting me for a little bit. Which is it's a bit annoying. Usually my shield would have got depleted by that one shot from the hot loader, but it looked like my shield already had the resistance to fire, so it's pretty good. Yeah, with these resistance shields, they just provide resistance to the last damage type taken. Or I should say the last elemental damage type taken. Which I'm pretty sure is why you can't get one of these shields with like an inflammable or a grounded shield, for example, or an alkaline. Yep, I see that badass loader spawning. Well, not spawning, it's just walking into the room. Yeah, I did use my Lyuda here. This is my go-to sniper on any character. And this roll that I've got right here has almost no recoil. Yep, I knew that rocket volley would have hit me, so I had to jump out the way. But honestly, both of these health stacking builds went way better than I thought they would. Even though this is an easy map, but still. I'm probably going to revisit this build at some point because I can use non-unique gear. Like I can just use a blue rarity point man, maybe a purple rarity. And obviously there is non-unique adaptive shields. Again, this right having two turrets is better because I can see there's multiple enemies getting slagged at once. Yeah, if you didn't know, unaiming and then aiming down the sights again sort of resets the accuracy a little bit. I'm not sure if that is actually true, but it's what I've noticed, at least with my experience. I think I threw my turret out a couple of times here just so I can get it right. Yeah, finally did get it right there. Again, confusing XP loaders, which it just well, the exploder, which just exploded. Anyway, if you didn't know that, apparently 2 turrets just breaks their AI. I'm not sure if that's actually true or if it's just because of this map. I'm going to do some more testing with that actually, because if it turns out it's actually true, then Mr. TX can have another "Did you know" short.
Present for you. Grind 'em up.
Yeah, with this build, even with the Hornet, I felt I was relying on the Battlefront bonus from the turrets being out more. But honestly, it doesn't really matter that I needed the turrets more. Well, I didn't necessarily need them more. I just felt that I needed them more. I have no idea how that bulldozer was able to hit me through that fence. But you see me jumping around here? Yeah. Yeah, here I'm just hoping that I can get my turrets out before I got downed. Got my turrets out just in time. I was fully expecting to go down here, and I was actually fully expecting to die at that moment. Because I was expecting my turret cooldown to be up just after I go into fight for your life, but at least I was able to avoid it. At least at this moment. Yep, just getting rid of all the barrels because they are the true raid boss in the game. Yep, nearly died to a power order. I hate them. Wait, no, I didn't nearly die. Still got tons of health left. Yeah, right there, I just chucked a turret out just to make sure it can't get past to get to me. But then ended up trapping myself away from that loader, so I had to pick up my turret again. If you go by just the numbers, with this build I do have more tankiness over the Rough Rider build. even though the Rough Rider does have that 20% damage resistance. But still, I felt like I needed to play more defensively with this build. But this room right here with the pervy, I do usually just shred through this room. Like I said, I shred through this room. I don't know why I kept just firing off a couple shots and reloading here. I don't know what the purpose of that was. Also, I just noticed there, I got hit with the knockback of that explosion, but didn't take any damage from it. I think the footage just skipped a second or two there again. Did that in the Rough Rider run as well. Don't know why it does that sometimes, but it just does.
Tossing the little lady.
Yeah, here that Badass Loader did retreat a little bit. Tried to pull it back down with Singularity, but then just stopped walking away, so I was able to get it.
Down scout.
Of course, I'm not hitting the full damage of the Lyuda because I'm not closer to that Badass Loader. Because it has one projectile at first, but then it splits into 3. Yeah, here you could clearly see the fire barrel was gone, but then I got set on fire for some reason. I've seen that happen in some other people's videos as well, where it's like, especially when it's like a one life, I have seen that happen. It's weird that, cause I've never seen that happen with any other barrel, just with the fire barrels. Yeah, you can see Hurley isn't going down quite as quickly as when as in the Rough Rider build. We're still going down pretty quickly. Yeah, here I was trying to stick to cover so I can knock off his arm there. I think I did knock it off eventually. Yeah, I did. But yeah, you can see I chucked out my turrets again. Just getting down quicker. mean, like I said, I felt I needed to use my turrets more with this build over the Rough Rider build.
Now that's amazing.
Though someone who's more skilled at the game probably wouldn't need to do that as much. Or probably would expect the skills differently. Well, maybe not entirely differently, but slightly differently. And I found a Rolling Thunder. It's not even a perfect one either. Yeah, I trapped this loader in with my turrets. Oh, that's another reason to have two turrets. You can just trap enemies in. I don't know why this sometimes happens, but you can actually trigger that loader to sort of wake up when you're going through the map. Don't know why that happens, it just does. Anyway guys, that's all for this one. You can see the gameplay in the background. I'm going for the Neo Generator, which is the legendary version of the Evolution, and is a million times easier to get than the Evolution. But yeah, let me know what you think was the best build that I showed off in this video. Was it the Evolution or the Rough Rider? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, the Neo Generator is a million times easier to get than the Evolution, and you get it from the enemy get it from the Spy Core. You have to complete the I believe it's called the Monster Mash questline. You have to complete that to unlock this enemy. But once you've done that, you can farm this enemy as many times as you want to get the Neo Generator. But anyway guys, that's it for this one. See you next one. Bye guys.